We caught up with Boyd Clack to talk about his autobiography, Head in the Clouds, also his illustrious career in music, film and television.
Hello, I'm here to talk about my new book, which is called Head in the Clouds. It's a memoir, the follow-up to my original autobiography, Kisses Sweeter Than Wine, which finished when I ended in drama college. It's an unorthodox sort of follow-up because it is in fact a book made up of my Facebook postings, a selection of them over the last 6 years. I have quite a large friendship on Facebook, and I've had good response to many of the things that I put on, and people have said to me, why don't you get them made into a book? So I approached Parthian Publishing, and happily for me they agreed, and the book is out now. It's Book of the Month at the moment, the Welsh Book of the Month. And I'm sort of trying to encourage everyone in the world not only to buy one copy, but to buy 12 copies. And then think of the 11 people they like most in the world, give them a copy each, and an instruction for them to tell 11 other people to buy them. Hence, I want the book to be read by everyone in the world. And then they'll think of me as being a dark, philosophical, humorous, sexy, deep, funny, sweet guy. And that's all I want in life, is to be loved. I want everyone to love me. I want people to, well, I don't like to say it, it sounds stupid, but I want people to worship me as though I were a god. And that's because I am. I'm great. I'm wonderful. Actually, I suffer from depression. And all I'm just saying is rubbish, obviously. I have no self-esteem whatsoever. I have no ego whatsoever. But I'd like you to buy the book. Just because, well, that's what a book is for, isn't it? What's the point of writing a book unless people buy it? The people who have read it really love it, which is nice. It's split into different sections to do with being Welsh, my childhood, humour, animals, depression. Quite a lot of acting. There's quite a lot about acting in it as well. So out you go and buy it. I'll tell you another thing as well, which I just like to mention, and that is at the moment, High Hopes, the series, the TV series, all 7 series of it, and the specials are on iPlayer. And therefore I want everyone to watch all of that on iPlayer as well. Because, well, why not, isn't it? You've got to do something in life. If you weren't doing that, you'd be doing something else. And something else you'd be doing would be probably less entertaining. I'm known for several things. I'm known for music. I'm known for writing. I'm known for acting. I suppose the first thing I did was writing, because when I was a teenager, I used to write poetry. It was in the 60s, and it was, I was into Rambo and people like that, you know. But my poetry was terrible. It was possibly the worst poetry ever written. I had one poem which began with the lines, I am a watery, watery man, I'm watery through and through, for instance. So I suppose writing came first. Then I went to live in Australia, started playing guitar, and in a short time I started writing songs and performing in bars, wine bars and cafes and things like that, to earn myself a bit of extra cash. I carried on then and played with bands for a long time. I started a band called the Lemmings. We played in Holland, we went to live in Amsterdam for a while, in London, and I came back to Cardiff and started in a band called Statues of Us, which some of you may remember. It was sort of we were sort of a house band in Chapter. When I was playing that, I went to drama college. And it just happened, I was walking past, I saw a sign saying, come to drama college, you can apply. Walked in, I said, how do I apply? They said, fill that out. I said, what next? They said, come for an audition next Monday. I'd never done any acting before in my life. I was living in a squat. So what I did is I went to the library, and I knew there was a speech which started Friends, Romans, Countrymen, and I asked the librarian, found it for me, wrote it out, couldn't take books out, being living in a squat. And I found another speech from a play that I'd seen on TV. Went in on Monday, did my auditions, and somehow got in. Now, I believe that was fate. I'm sort of a believer in fate. not 100%, but sort of, more or less. I'm a believer in fate, destiny. After a while, I did very well at drama college. I won the acting prize at the end of the third year. Then I started working and did a lot of good theatre, really good stuff, you know. I mean, with Robert Lepage and Stephen Burkoff and the Young Vic and West Yorkshire Players, really good places, you know. And Canada, I played in the National Theatre in London and in Canada. Anyway, I wrote a series, I wrote a play, and it was called A Family Man. And it was about an American becoming a lodger in a house in the valleys. Someone saw that and said, that'd make a good idea for a sitcom, hence Satellite City, which sort of caught the zeitgeist, I think, and became hugely successful. And I played Gwyn in it, and Gwyn was a character based upon my brother Brian. After that finished, with the brilliant Kirsten Jones, I wrote another sitcom called High Hopes, which was, if anything, even more successful. People argue about which one they prefer, but to me they're both children. And I made great friends with the cast of both. After that, High Hopes, there was a special about 2 years ago. And since then, nothing really has happened in that front, although we've got some great material. It's difficult to get stuff put on because you have to get past the security blankets and the neuroses and the internal politics and things of production companies and TV companies and things. But we're still trying and we're still hopeful. Out of everything I've ever done, well, I also brought 2 albums out. One is called Welsh Bitter and the other one is called Labourer of Love, both of which I'm very proud of and both of which have sold well. But mind you, I say sold well, you never make money doing things there. Like my book, I'm never going to make money out of it. That's the thing. So I'm not trying to force people to read it so I make money, because they're not going to make money. It's not going to happen, you know. You could sell 1 million copies. Do you know, well, I won't go into the details, but you'd be amazed how little money you make from 1 copy of your book being sold for £10. You know, you'd be amazed how little of that I get. Anyway, the bottom line is the thing that I believe I was not created for, but the thing that falls perfectly in line with my soul and my psyche is acting. I love acting. It means more to me than anything else I've ever done in terms of work and art. There's I hate to say it, but there's a sort of a really holy quality to acting. When you do it right, I mean, there are a lot of great actors. When you become a professional actor, one of the first things you notice, you go to do a job and there's 12 actors you've never met. They're from somewhere, and how good they are. The standard of acting amongst professional actors is incredibly high. And that's good. That's really good. I like that. I mean, I've worked with some great actors over the years, you know, and it's a pleasure to do it. Some of them are not that wonderful as people. Then again, I've met some lovely people acting, and many of my best friends are actors. And I've never... When you're doing a great play, for instance, you're on stage and there's a darkness, which is the audience, a cavernous darkness, and there's maybe 2,000 people in this audience, and you're doing a classic play. Sometimes you'll hit a moment of peace, a moment of tranquility that you cannot imagine in any other sphere of life. It's like a time machine. It's like time and space have stopped and you're enclosed in this place with all these other people, and you're all concentrating on this that is going on and the beautiful words of the great writer. I can't tell you, well, no drug compares to it. Nothing compares to it. It's the greatest thing. It's difficult to get work nowadays as an actor, particularly in Wales. Essentially, it's a lot to do with sort of closed shops in quite a few areas in Wales for various reasons, which I won't go into, but I'm sure you understand, being Welsh yourselves. Not that you're all Welsh necessarily. I mean, I have nothing against people who are not Welsh. I have nothing against anyone. I like everyone. I respect everyone. Upon meeting someone, they don't have to earn my respect. I already respect them. They can lose my respect, but that's another matter. Everyone's the same. We're all brothers and sisters. So anyway, the book is out, Head in the Clouds. I've got a film coming out later in the year, which is called Eternal Beauty. I play a psychiatrist. The film is about a woman who's schizophrenic, and that's played by Sally Hawkins, who was up for the Oscar in the last Oscars, Shape of Water. Lovely woman, very, very good actress, and all my scenes are with her. So after that, obviously, I'll be whisked away to Hollywood and put to star as the sex interest in various American films. Did I hear laughter there? I do think I did, yes. Anyway, so please keep your eyes out for that. Other things I'll be doing some book signings, etc. in the near future. And I will advertise all these on, I call it my social media. That's Facebook and Twitter, and that's it. And anything I do like that, I will advertise them on there. So if you want to follow me on Twitter, I can't have any more Facebook friends, unfortunately, because I've got 5,000. Well, I've got 8,000, but they won't let me have any more. Occasionally, someone drops out, dies, whatever, passes on, you know, and therefore one comes up, so I add someone else, but I can't guarantee that. Anyway, it's been really nice talking to you all. Dim siarad I dysgu mae ceffin yn y mwch dir. Dim ceffil, dim mwchyn. A rhaid i ni clwb i fel bach na te.